Hi, I'm Nick Sethi. I'm here at Dashwood Books, one of my favorite places in the entire world, and it happens to be down the street from me. I am here to talk about a new book that I just put out. I'm a photographer and artist of different kinds, and I both make my own personal photography work, and I work in fashion and take portraits of people and stuff like that. So I have this new book. It's called Circle of Confusion. I just made it recently, and it's all shot in Sadr Bazaar, which is on the cover right here. It's the largest wholesale market in Delhi, in India. Circle of Confusion is a term I don't really understand that well, because I'm not a very technical photographer, but it's a photography term of how the camera judges depth of field and picks what to focus on in a shot. And I thought that was a good title for this because if you look through the book, it's shot in this really, really hectic, quick-moving wholesale market that's not for tourists, and it's not even for retail. It's just like people buying and selling and moving around tons and tons and tons of goods, a lot of times like on their heads like this, or on these like makeshift carts everywhere. So you can't really go and stop in the market to take a photo, nor can you even really focus on something and be like, oh, that's an interesting thing to take a picture. You just have to keep walking. So when I go to this market, I bring my camera and I kind of let the camera do the work for me, and I just walk and I click. And it's not until making something like this or seeing the photos that I even understand what I just saw. Because there's always like bikes and scooters and cows and things cutting you off. And so I kind of like that title. It's also like the market has a bunch of roundabouts, and it's just this crazy maze labyrinth. So it really is organized confusion, but it's circles of confusion. And I'm really excited to put out something like this because the last book that I did with Dashwood actually, and I have it here. It's pretty big. It was really elaborate and lots of work. It's like 400 pages, almost 1,000 images. It took 10 years to make. And when you do a project like that, I feel like you set your bar so high for like, what's the next thing gonna be? And I don't want to like wait 10 more years to put something out. So I was kind of looking at my archive, and I thought that projects like this are amazing because it's not that you set the bar lower, you just set like a separate bar to the side. And it was nice to like have, it's fairly substantial. It's not like a zine. It's probably half the size of this, but it's shot in 2 really quick bursts over like an hour each. And it's nice to like do something that's so planned and thought out, and then follow it up with something that's so immediate. And especially working in India, where like you really have to just like react all the time, and like you can plan and like it's not going to go the way you want. So that's kind of what this book is about. It's like just about reacting and about like using photography, I think, as a way to understand your experience, whether that's with a person or, in this case, a place and a lot of people. One of the things in the book that I really liked is, so all these porters who are taking all these goods, big stacks of goods. Sorry, I'm looking for a picture of it. But oh my God, this is my favorite picture. So it's all these like porters, and they have these carts that are these kind of like makeshift carts that they all produce. But because there's so many of them, they have to decorate them to like see whose is whose. And they do it in this like, they kind of made this style of like doing these polka dots. I don't know if they do it by hand or by brush. I've never seen it happen. But they're just so quickly done, but so beautiful. And like they kind of all look the same, but the guys know whose is whose. And like, I love this photo too, because it's just like these guys just chilling, like taking a break. Which, it's nice to see people taking breaks in such a hectic environment. Any advice or anything I could give to people, it's just to like find the thing that you love, and make photos of it and don't really have a plan and just do it and see. I mean, these were shot years and years ago at this point. They're not super recent, and they've been sitting in an archive of 150, 200,000 other pictures, and all of a sudden I was like, you know what, this is the book I want to make. And actually after this one, there's maybe 3 or 4 more that are in the works of similar types of projects. So yeah, I hope that you guys like this book or some other books that you find, and make something. And yeah, that's it. I'm really excited to keep going.